Welcome to FlatsMafia Podcast, episode 1. I'm here with the one and only Big Hoss, Justin LaForo, the other one, James Garrison. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
You know,
Beautiful.
we've actually have been on a small little journey with this podcast world, trying to get everything just right, and I think we finally made it there.
Yeah,
and it's just one of the many things that we've done as FlatsMafia, and we're getting ready to do.
Podcast room's almost done.
Almost done.
We need some more signage, and I think we're there.
It's definitely feeling pretty homey in here.
Yeah,
I like it.
there.
I like it.
Yeah.
But our plan today is to give you a backstory of FlatsMafia and how it started, where we're at, what we're doing now, what's going on. And it's only right that I let James kind of kick that off because him and Jeff were kind of the originators. If I can remember, I think James was drawing this. Were you drawing this at school?
We do the quick version. So yeah, I was drawing it in school. Just had an idea. Tried to turn it into apparel. Thought I was going to be rich doing it. Learned some things along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Apparel is strictly, that's not the word. It's hard. Apparel's hard. We're still trying to do it now. We're still trying to figure it out. It's still difficult.
Yeah.
It's hard to make money.
Yeah, that's where it started. So long story short, with apparel, like once we made it, we bought some stuff from China, spent about $6,000 all we had. Got the shirts back, and they were shit.
I remember those. We actually sold the rest of those at like $5 a piece at one of the shows we were doing at the boat show.
I remember those, the white ones.
Slinging them out of the back of the truck like CDs, bro.
Yeah.
From China.
The second you washed them, the first time you washed them, the collar turned to bacon. Right? And it was all one color, all one design. It was our classic design, which I still love, but
Yeah.
it was a huge learning curve. We put all our chips in that basket. The pallet showed up at my house. I think it was 2 pallets. $6,000 worth of apparel from China. Goes a long way. 13 years ago or however long.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot in my garage. So I made some stuff in my truck, and I had them all sized up. So if you wanted something, I go in there, pull out the large. It was ready to go. I looked at the packaging it was in because they came packaged. Hopefully the heat from Florida heat didn't get to them, and the label didn't stick when I pulled them apart on the packaging. It was rough, man. Apparel's tough, but we came a long way since then.
Yeah. Well, I think also I think it was the original logo. Really, that FlatsMafia logo was just the classic, perfect logo that you did with that Mafia guy with the fishing rod. And then how many years you say fast forward that? What?
We became official in 2009.
2009
is when the website hit. Got the patent for the logo and everything, and then from there, just tried to put it in shops. Realized again that's another difficult thing to do.
That's tough.
People don't realize they come up with an idea. They think they want to make shirts. They're going to make it big, like Huck or Hook or whatever the hell their name is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really truly pronounce it. H-U-K?
I believe it's Hook.
It's probably Hook.
Is it Hook?
But yeah, you're dealing with millions of dollars in startup costs.
They got a lot of money into the startup one, and that's what you have to do if you're going after apparel.
That because you need to hire sales reps that can hit the ground running, and we were trying to do that ourselves, and just going from shop to shop and try to really start doing that. Which
back then, so if you got a bunch of shirts, you want to put them in a shop. You show up, and the shop owner's like, "Yeah, we'll give it a try. It looks kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay for them up front. We're going to put you on consignment." And what are you going to tell them? No.
Yeah.
So you put your stuff in and you let it ride, and you wait a month, and you go back and you're checking to see if anybody's bought anything. And then you collect, and then you keep redoing it. It took 3 or 4 years before we could get somebody to actually pay us up front to put our shirts and hats in the store.
And we were grinding at the boat shows. Like I feel like we had a couple really good, decent boat shows with the apparel. But
we did well locally.
Yeah, locally. And, we had a couple really good days. We even traveled a little bit to Jacksonville that one time. And that was the whole struggle of it was just us trying to make the apparel happen. And come to realize that you need more help, you need more money, you need a lot of things.
You need way more money.
Yeah, way more money.
I think we started it if I could give a number to it, roughly, I would say 15,000 is what we had all in, everything in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then tried to make that work. And you'll realize quickly, you'll deplete that fast.
And then I want to say maybe, I think it was like that first trip to the Keys that we took. And then when I really started getting in with the company, that we're like, there was a chance for us to do TV, and media company popped up with the radio that led us to then go into TV. But if you go back and look at some of our videos that were filmed with a GoPro that we just captured ourselves with the crew and then gave it to Greg, and Greg made magic happen.
Yeah.
You know, so like just having Greg around and being able to put his touch on things to say like, hey, there's a chance that we are going to be able to do TV, and coming to find out with media and radio where that goes. And that's what we got to see. I don't know what, 4 years of radio.
100%. We would not be here without Greg.
Yes.
Shout out to Greg.
Yeah. Shout out to Greg.
C-Brain Visuals.
Yes.
If you guys need a videographer or somebody to do some editing, he is the guy to go to.
Yeah. He's the man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree with you more that without Greg,
we wouldn't still be doing this without him.
No.
He makes the show look good because we
do
a real good job at making it difficult for him.
Yeah. We're going to smash the fish today. We got to worry about trying to get 3 fish on camera. But that's us trying to film a TV show in 8 hours.
So anyway, from apparel, we got a chance to do radio, and we started on 10:10 a.m.
10:10 a.m. Mark was our producer.
Mark was our producer. I don't know what he's doing now, but
I think he's still there.
That was a channel or station. No, it was the channel. So 10:10 a.m. barely got out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, we did that. I don't know how long were we there?
I want to say it was at least, I don't know. Was it 4?
It was at least a year. I think.
Okay, I was gonna say a year. But the best thing about that is that we never did radio. Yeah, I was comfortable around microphones and stuff like that, but that really kind of helped us learn the format and how to really do a show, especially early on.
We didn't do any trial runs or anything. We just showed up.
Yeah, it was
turned the mics on.
Yeah,
and just went for it.
And let it rip. And I mean, if you go back, there were some good shows, and it was a smaller studio too. And sometimes some people might get their mind blown. The Bones main studio that we were doing it on Sundays, that's a really nice studio. It was a big studio.
Yeah, Calta Studio's huge.
Yeah, it's a big studio. So
is he still there or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's still rolling.
What's crazy when people think about radio, I always picture people were in this glamorous room, and everything is just beautiful for them. Meanwhile, they're shoved in a 10 by 5 foot little studio with a glass in between you and the producer, and 3 people just huddled up together.
Yeah,
that was it. There wasn't a lot of
no
moving around in there.
Once I was in. I wasn't moving.
Yeah,
there's no getting. If I gotta use the bathroom, I'm gonna have to hold it.
But we're not doing radio anymore. We made a move to 102.5 The Bone. That was a good experience.
That's a great experience, and I think it gave us confidence in like what we were doing, especially because it's media. We need to sell spots to pay for radio. We were on paid radio, So a lot of people a lot of people think that, oh my God, we were on the radio and
we were getting paid
to do it. Like
it was the opposite.
Yeah, we literally probably at some points paid out of our pocket because some things have fell through or whatnot. But like having to go get that money and then to try to show somebody, sell them a product, which is us, and then try to show them a return on what they're getting from us on the return on the investment. And, that was a whole nother world as well.
Yeah. I mean, radio is so hard to show somebody that it works.
Yeah.
It takes time. That takes 6 months at
right,
minimum.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're charging people for something that's, but I can tell you it worked.
It definitely worked.
When we first started with Blazer and West Coast, that was our marketing.
Yeah.
And that did not work. It's you have to give it a little while.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you still.
Well, that's not how people, when you sign a sponsor, because to the people out there that don't know, when you hear the radio show on the weekend, it is paid programming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody on the weekend, except for the regular hosts, they might have their own show before a Bucks game or Rays game or whatever. They have their own show, yes, but the other people are paid programming.
Yeah.
So what that means is us as Flats Mafia pay for that airtime. We pay for that hour. And then
Pay
how
for commercial slots.
right, we pay for everything, and how we would make money is to get a sponsor to recoup the money that we spent.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. A lot of people don't know that. They think we're getting paid, right? Like we talked about.
Well, I mean, and then it goes even as far as like with the sponsor deal. Like you remember, yeah, you got to mention whatever we would mention on the actual show throughout the hour, but then you can actually have spots on Couch's show, which costs extra, and like the whole thing, the whole business behind it. Like, you know, you need big people spending big money with sponsorship to be able to make it worth your while.
Well,
and
yeah.
you have to have the right sponsor.
Yeah, and we were at the. I mean, let's face it. We came in on the tail end of radio being something that people put real money behind.
Yeah,
and not that there's not still money to be had out there, but obviously there's a reason why we moved to podcast.
Podcast is the new thing.
Not just money, not just financially. It's just a better platform, man. You can do what you want, say what you want, you know.
Exactly.
Do what you want, say what you want. We're not chasing the hustle now.
Yeah,
because that whole
man,
radio thing, like you got a bill to pay.
Yeah,
it's just like
and just so y'all know, it wasn't like $500 a month.
No,
it's
shit was
thousands
expensive.
of dollars a month for Sun. Here's what pissed me off.
1010 was cheap,
and we can get
1010 was
I
cheap.
wasn't on 1010. I wasn't with y'all on 1010. But I will tell you this is what pissed me off about that whole thing, and then we can move on to another subject.
No, let's stay on it.
You got a guy.
Get pissed off.
You've got some guys doing somewhat entertaining stuff on a Sunday. Okay, we only know that because of the comments and the messages and the reviews that we got back. You know, we're not just saying that to say that. But yet you've got people that are coming on that are paying less than you, who are absolutely horrible, that your listener could give two shits about listening to. So at that point, it's just a money grab, right? Whoever can.
That's all the radio station.
That's
the
all
weekend.
it is.
It's a money grab. The whole thing is.
For y'all don't know, it is a money grab on the weekend. So whoever wants to pay the most, you guys want to listen to, you know, how to wholesale your mortgage and whatever.
That's what they replaced us with.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we got messages. Yo, what happened to y'all? What happened to y'all? Did they fire you? Did they fire you? No, we don't work for them.
No,
we
got tired of the hustle and paying them money.
To be honest with you, we actually put on a pretty damn good show.
The value for us, it was like we had their best show. I'll say it, the most entertaining show on the weekend live that they had there for their listeners, and we were paying them for it.
Yeah.
And to me,
and we put our time in.
We put our time in
and money.
You know what, too, though, that we didn't know in the beginning, all those rates are negotiable. So once we started, they gave us a flat rate, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was high.
But we did it.
And we did it for a year.
We got sponsors to do it, but we
Yeah.
couldn't put any money in the bank when you're paying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month just to be on the freaking radio on the weekend.
It was bad in the beginning. And then when I realized that wait a minute, let me try to get this down a little bit. And then they agreed to it. I'm like, well, shit, we just screwed the pooch there for a year and a half.
Yeah. Paying
all that money. But the guys now that are still on that station, I don't know that they even know that.
You know it now.
I don't know. Those guys, they don't listen to us.
One of them does.
Well,
they
also got a big, big car dealership involved too. That probably helps because car dealerships are your biggest people in radio who spend money on ads and advertise. That's kind of between car dealerships and that's where that money is coming from.
Yeah, a lot of car dealerships though, they have agencies that handle that stuff. But I mean, there's nothing on radio, honestly, that I can't find better when I want to watch it that's not on a podcast.
Yeah.
There's some really cool fishing podcasts. There's some really cool podcasts just in general. You know?
I mean, and then also like, the thing with the podcast and actually videoing the podcast, you get these good clips that like it could be a 2-3 minute conversation.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that, and then you're like, that grabs a hold of you, and then now you're following into that podcast, and it's completely different from radio, but I also believe if it wasn't for radio, I feel like that kind of did really lead us into
No, I think
to
it
TV as well, because it helped us learn that side of the business.
grew the
and
fan base too.
Yeah, it grew the fan base as well, and kind of helped us transition into TV.
It definitely helped us, and the worst part of it was we couldn't gauge the listening audience.
Yes.
They don't care about weekend radio. They don't even give you ratings for it.
Yeah, which is the number one thing that you need to sell.
Yeah, when you're running around trying to sell it, they're like, "Well, what's your ratings?" We're on the weekends. They don't do it. They're like, "Yeah, they do." We're like, "No, they don't." That's what they tell us. They don't get them.
Yeah.
Nielsen doesn't care about weekend programming.
They'd be pretty pissed off if the people. You want to know why? Because what if the people that are paying on the weekends have better ratings than some of the freaking shows during the week?
That's very true.
Then
I don't know that happens, but
some of those afternoon shows and the evening shows weren't it wasn't like, what's his name? Like, I'm not talking about the Garabos or the Caltas or all the big guys. I'm talking about
there are some
the ones
shows
that you're listening to, and
there's
you'll
some
be like,
shows that aren't your cup of tea.
Yeah,
but they're a lot of other people's cup of tea.
there's
Just like we're not everybody's cup of tea either.
It's probably a large
I get it.
It's not a cup of tea.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like what we
people
do.
might be drinking coffee.
yeah, that's fine.
So I mean, we get that a lot. People don't like what we do, but a lot of people copy what we do too now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is true.
yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of Mafia stuff out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, just remember where it started.
So from there,
we
TV. Transitioned to TV, which
same shit.
Same shit.
Just
more expensive.
Different platform.
The only thing is that you were able to sell commercials, and we had valuable slots for commercials, and still struggled even with TV to like.
You want to hear something that's really stupid?
Yeah.
TV is cheaper than radio.
So
tell me why we're doing podcasts, Bobby. This is why, because it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
Why would you do radio when you could just do TV and it's less money?
Yeah, no, that's true, actually.
To pay for the airtime is less money.
Well, when we started with radio.
To pay for the airtime.
Excuse me. Let me clarify that.
Yeah.
Airtime is cheaper. Editing is not.
No,
Okay.
it's actually.
That's a lot harder.
Yeah, it's a lot harder.
It's actually
a
double
lot more
the cost.
time. And once again, I'll tip my hat to Greg.
Shout out to Greg.
Yeah.
Seabrain Visuals.
Seabrain Visuals.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
It's all
I can
crock
tell
of
you this
shit.
though, with the TV, like, we got another.
It's coming. Come on, I see it in you.
I know we got another push of like more followers, and that kind of.
You're hitting another audience.
Yeah, we hit another audience and went from radio to TV, and then that kind of.
You're hitting all of Florida.
Yeah. So that was cool, and then it's just the experience filming a TV show, and then when we would go out of town, of course, out of town.
I will say
shows
this.
were always the best.
I miss that. I feel like there's got to be something happening soon.
Well, yeah,
we ain't done, are we?
No, we're not done. But
okay,
it's been a while.
You said that like I missed that like it's over.
Well,
like
no, it's just been a while since we've actually went out of town and shot something.
Yeah,
and those were quite honestly some.
I want to say the last one we went was Cocoa Beach, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't there though.
Port Canaveral. Yep.
Before that, it was what?
That was the RCI.
RCI.
2 years ago, maybe.
So, but like
a year ago,
when that all first started, we were coming from learning the business from radio and then now knowing about TV. But
it's bright in here.
At the same time, it was a hell of an experience while we were doing that, which we're still doing it. But like, that's some of my favorite stuff. Like, I loved radio. I mean, did I really love the fact that it was at 8 o'clock?
But you didn't like waking up on a Sunday.
I was still, but back then
we didn't know.
Now you're talking to a bub.
Now you're talking to a dad.
But yeah, now you're talking to a dad that my Saturdays chill out with like maybe we might get Uber Eats or Outback and I'm in bed by 9, maybe. But back then
we get it.
It was a different time.
There was a time we were just hoping you would physically be there.
There was times we didn't know it was 5 minutes till and Bub ain't here yet. Like, okay,
I remember.
Justin,
what
we're
about
up.
the time I came in with the Crown bottle? Kami said I just finished watching my wife open all her presents on her 30th birthday. And then I'm like, all right, babe, gotta go. Pew, jumped in the car and hauled ass to the radio show, still drunk. Never went to sleep.
Yeah.
But those are good times. You go back.
they're all good. They're all
you go
good
back and
times.
listen to some of those shows. They're great.
Something about the radio when the red light came on and it was live was different than
Was
this.
great.
That's
And
that's what I miss about the radio
Yeah.
was it actually being live and it gets put out immediately.
yeah.
This has to get edited, processed, and then put
Yeah.
out, and then people got to find it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when we were on the bone, their preset on the radio was already on there. People who listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, if you listen to talk radio.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you never heard of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's all true.
Very true. So
So now that TV's on there, we're on the same channel the Rays were on. So
Yeah.
that's played in bars constantly. It's on a loop.
Yeah.
So that was a big plus for us. It pushed our brand. It still is pushing our brand. We just we're not as big as the other guys who are there. Have a episode on every week still.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Well,
not we're not there. We're not there.
Also, that's one thing we could talk about too. Is like, you know,
We're set up a little differently.
we're set up differently.
Yeah.
I mean, what we have to put in.
But what do you mean we're set up differently? What explain it?
So
What's the
You're a
difference between our
firefighter.
show and
you're
and,
a firefighter. That's what you do to make money. Full-time fishing guy. That's what you do to make money.
Yep.
I sling boats. That's what I do to make money. Jeff does the same thing to make money. Troy's a full-time firefighter. And Tony, when he's there, he's a co-op.
Well, yeah. Well,
So-
co-op. He's a co-op.
He's a co-op. So what I'm saying is that's what we do to make money. And then we do this to try and pay for it. We just want this to pay for itself. And
Yeah.
then maybe one day make some money.
yeah.
But that's not our, these guys, their job is to go sell sponsorships to pay for their show.
What do you think the percentage is of other fishing shows that are guides only? 100%? Every one of them are guides that
Yeah.
have a TV show?
100%.
Every one of them.
No, I will say that there's a couple TV show. There's a couple fly dudes. I don't know. Are those Silver King guys guides?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
you're right. Everybody's a guide.
They're still doing, maybe Rick Murphy's not out there having to be a guide to pay his bills. But he's got multiple TV shows.
But
and he's the biggest.
Rick has a team to sell advertise. That's all they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they know that if their pipeline's not full of advertisers, I mean, this guy's got his own production company. He owns a lot of his own stuff, which is great. More power to him. But if he doesn't sell, I mean, I'm sure he'd tell you, if he doesn't sell advertisements, you're pissing up a rope, Jack. I mean, that money's gone right now. And
it's harder to shoot when you got 4 or 5 guys. We have to have at least 3 of us.
3 of us
To
do
shoot an episode.
We did it with 2 one time.
Well, okay, you're right. So maybe
but
you have to have 2.
at
We don't
least
like
2.
doing 2. We like to have at least 3.
Yeah.
We like the personalities in our show to mingle together. They just go out. So a lot of them, not all of them, go out and just hire another guide to let
Right.
them fish the area.
Well, that's something
And
we
I
always say.
understand
We
that.
never wanted to do that though.
Well,
We never
that show's already out there.
Yeah.
That
That's
show's
the
been
thing.
done.
Yeah.
Been done 15 different ways.
No, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it makes for a very dependable, consistent show. I mean, and your costs are probably less. The guy doing it isn't getting paid; he's doing it for the exposure, so you don't have that expense.
You know,
You don't have
you're
to
not
hire
paying the
talent.
guide that's taking you to where all the fish are.
Right. And then secondly, I mean, it's the same. You're not going to have to go 4 or 5 days and spend the production time and pay the camera guys to show up. Because the
Lodging,
dude does it
food.
5 days a week, 6
Yeah,
days
but
a
they,
week.
they don't think they still
And
don't
I
do
know
it.
They still do.
Don't think they don't
take-
shoot a look, man. Everybody knows that sometimes an episode take a week to shoot.
Yeah, but here's the deal.
You might get 3 fish
what
too
people, I don't know if they realize. What,
in 1 week.
in 1 week.
I just
and
don't
30
know
minute show.
if they realize how when we go to shoot, we're hoping everybody can be there, number one. So we're figuring that out. And number two, we are literally, it's not like we're sitting there pre-fishing the week for these things.
No, we're
Yeah,
showing
like-
up and going.
You see exactly what happens. Well, if you have a good day, we had a good day in real life.
Well, and how we pitch the show to people who are advertisers or people who want to know what we do,
Yeah.
we say, look, it's reality fishing.
Yeah.
What did we used to say? It was like Jersey Shore meets some other shit that we would
Duck
say.
Dynasty.
Duck
Yes,
Dynasty.
we would combine that, and that's what we're doing. So we're bringing you personalities that are going to fish, and if we don't do well,
There's
you're
still
going to
enough-
see it.
There's
There are
still enough personality to make it watch.
there's episodes where we've put 2 or 3 fish on a camera.
Yeah.
And the best one of them was at a boat ramp.
Yeah.
In our backyard, down the street right here.
Bro, I remember showing one of our
Yeah.
TV shows with my cousin Danny in Cocoa Beach. You know my cousin Danny. And he's watching the show, and he was probably 10 minutes in. He was like, "Hey, bro,
Y'all gonna catch a fish?
when are y'all gonna catch a
I'm at the
fish?"
same shit. I pull into work at times, and our show was on. The guys would have it on. They're like, "Hey, man," I'm like, "What's up? Good morning." They're like, "Y'all ain't caught a fish. It's been 18 minutes."
And they're still watching though.
I said, "Yeah, you still got it on." They're like, "Yeah, we're waiting to see what y'all got to put a fish on camera at some point." They're just chewing me. I said, "Well, look, man, that's reality. That's how we roll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not.
I
We did
mean,
not sugarcoat anything.
We're
in
trying to
any
show
TV
you what
show.
it's like to go out with your boys and fish. It's the same shit everybody's doing,
Yeah,
but we're putting it on camera,
yeah.
and we get a lot of flack for it
And
at
that-
times.
Yeah, that was our angle though. That's exactly what
man.
we wanted to do. I always tell people, "Hey, listen, yeah, we got a TV show, but don't watch it to learn anything, unless you want to learn how to hammer a Coors Light in about 4 seconds
Without showing it on camera.
without showing it on
Yeah,
camera."
or you want to hide some cuss words, listen to seagulls.
Yeah, we got plenty of seagulls.
Yeah. I mean,
But
Look.
you know that
that's what makes it different, you know?
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what makes
we're
us.
hanging out in the springs.
Yeah.
There's times we've showed our radio show on TV.
Yep.
Parties
were-
that we've started,
those were
that
the-
we've thrown.
Those were the best. That home assassin deal
That-
that we went that one time.
Yeah, it's called
where-
Scalafest. Our
well,
first
I
Scalafest.
never, almost didn't make it out. A couple of us didn't almost make it out.
It put
was
me in the
insane.
hospital,
Yeah,
yeah.
you went to AFib. Didn't you?
Yeah.
I
Right
can,
after
I
that.
can honestly sit here
It
and tell
put me
y'all,
in the
I have,
put me in the ER.
I have never been back to that level
You know,
No, you haven't.
ever.
and
If anybody sees us
With
out
y'all,
and
without
about,
y'all, ever.
if anybody ever sees us out and about and we're kind of tuned up, and you want to see Justin when he was on that level, we all still have it on video.
still have
You
everything.
have, we can't
Jeff's-
put it on.
Jeff's got it saved in the cloud.
Yeah, we're not putting it on the internet, but
Jeff-
you can
No,
see it.
We're not putting it on
we
the
can show
internet.
it
said Jeff has it saved on the cloud. Jeff already sent me 3 burned DVDs. I didn't even know they still had DVDs. He sent me a DVD and a DVD player just in case I didn't have one.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably did.
That was that, bro. You go back and you think
We did
about
cooking.
Scalafest.
We cooked then.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did.
bro,
Yeah,
we
that
got
was
it.
cooking.
You
Back
know,
then. That was the first
we
T-Dub
did.
and Bub.
Yeah, we did cooking. We did the whole thing. We went, but
Bro,
Dude,
but
we
the
were in a
people that
mansion.
Came out. We were in a mansion, but the people that came out, like when we were coming back from scalloping, and we were out there all day, and people were passing shots, hot dogs. I mean, you have
Prop washing.
prop washing. You have this entire
oh,
group of
that's
people.
Jeff almost remember
Yeah.
Best prop wash I've ever seen. Look, you got to give
the
it
one
to
where
the
he
dude.
took off.
No, at the freezer.
At the what?
At the freezer.
Freezer?
At the
At the
freezer.
At the
freezer.
freezer. At the freezer.
Sorry, my Cajun come out sometimes.
At the freezer. Were you there for that one? Or did-
I heard
I
about
saw it
that
from
one.
a
bro,
distance.
best one
I
I've
was
ever seen.
embarrassed.
Hey, I saw.
Oh, it
it
was
from a
embarrassing.
distance.
I
It
was
was
embarrassed
embarrassing.
for y'all, but
Bro, I'm not even. I'm not at the freezer yet, and I hear the engine roar. I'm not joking. The splash was probably 15 feet high. I saw it from the canal.
This guy
he's
wet.
dangerous.
This guy wet Troy's boat with catfish heads.
Oh, it was
shot him in
nasty
the air.
there.
He killed the whole boat with water. And there's people sitting on the
On the picnic tables there.
picnic tables right behind the boat,
Yep.
and not a drop of water hit him. It stopped right in front of their
What can you
feet.
say,
Thank
guys?
God,
He's a professional.
bro. But what a shot!
Bro,
I'm glad he did it. But
yeah.
wow,
But
Wow.
like that episode when we were coming back in the river, bro, you turn back and look, and it was like 15, 17 boats all in a line.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
cool.
had flags flying. Like, that was a super
there
cool
was a-
show.
look,
We had
there
a lot
was-
of cool shows.
Those
But
shows
that was a cool one because people came out and got to actually
hang out.
hang out and be a part of the show. We made our friends and fans part of the show. That was a cool thing.
Yeah,
they're
it
not
was
even
cool.
fans anymore. They're friends. When
They're
they
all
show up,
friends,
when they
actually.
show up and hang out, now we know you, and you might get chewed.
Oh yeah.
We might find something to make fun of you about because
Yeah.
that's what we do. But you're now friends at that point.
100%.
So
Yeah, it's cool the way we did that, man.
And then with our big parties that we do, we've been a part of that big Christmas party for now. This will be our 6th year, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yep. Our 6th year. And every year we've gotten bigger. We've donated more toys. We've donated more money. We've got involved with Angling for Relief. That has just been an awesome nonprofit to work with that does great things in the community. And then just recently last year, was it Aubriana's?
Yep.
What was it?
she's doing toys. So we're gonna do the toys to
We're
her.
gonna we're gonna still do the toys. But do you remember her foundation?
Aubriana's Journey, I
Journey,
believe.
I think. Yeah, you're right. So those things, radio helped that.
Yeah.
when we got those things going because we were able to promote. And we had some really good beginning parties that we did.
Bro, we were doing Tightline Tuesdays
How
back
dude,
then every month.
Yeah.
every
Well,
month.
how about what's that thing that Maggio we were doing over here?
Oh, Run the
bro.
Dog was huge.
How
over
many
here.
people-
I reached out to
Lunker,
him.
Lunker,
LunkerCon.
Con.
LunkerCon.
And look, that was the most people I've ever seen at
Hula Bay's never seen that amount of people.
Never.
Yeah,
seen
now
that.
we can't even get them to call us back.
Now we can't get them to call us back. They got
Yeah.
new management.
Yeah, new management.
They don't believe in what we did, or they've never seen it,
Yeah,
or whatever.
I guess they don't like making money.
Yeah.
We
That's
packed that
fine.
place. There wasn't a place in there.
It was a little too
They have
much.
upstairs,
I don't know-
downstairs.
I don't know
and a
what the
pool.
Bro,
we
when
packed
we
it.
did
It's
the
supposed to
belly
be.
flop contest, there wasn't a square foot in that place that someone wasn't standing up top on the deck. Like that was an epic party.
Yeah, you swamped out the.
I won. I knew I was gonna win.
You swamped.
My eyeballs hit the back of my cerebellum and almost had a concussion, but I gave it all.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you
Run
also
that dog.
gave it all to the poor Jamaican guy's gear who got swamped out. And
Yeah, the DJ stuff.
They
got-
had to-
Yeah, they had.
got
had
wet.
to-
I wasn't the only one.
they weren't real happy.
Well, you know
I mean, what do
they
you think, though? I mean, it's a
Well,
belly flop
you know what they
contest.
say. If you're in the first two rows, you
You
could
might get
possibly
wet.
get wet.
Yeah,
So
that was fun. That was
that-
a lot of people, man.
that was a lot of people. You know, we're gonna reach out to Jeff. We're gonna do another LunkerCon. Why not? We're gonna do another
We need to
LunkerCon,
get
and
Jeff
then
in here.
we'll do the after party at West Coast in the parking lot.
All right.
Sounds like an episode to me.
Yeah,
It could be.
we need to
We
get
need another episode.
we need to get him in here.
Yeah. Well, when he comes in, now that's the thing. When we get this
Oh,
ball
Bub's
rolling-
brain's working now. Look, he's
Yeah,
like,
I see
when
the
he's here,
smoke.
he could
I
be
see
here.
the
Yeah,
smoke.
we're already knocking it out, bro.
Yeah.
And we'll get our boy Adam J, which is one of my favorite interviews. I know we're bounced back to radio, but that's the thing. See, now the podcast thing is set up. We start doing another event like that. Boom, Jeff comes in. We bring Adam J in here. Let him hit another freestyle live on the podcast, which, those are all cool.
Our
ass
podcast
things.
is visual now, so he could,
He can actually perform.
we'll take him off this sit down, let him just stand
Yeah.
up and hold a mic,
So
let it rip.
this is the beginning. We had to tell y'all the story, how it all started, but now you're here for our first episode, our first podcast, that now you're joining us on our next journey. We did radio, we did apparel, we did radio, we did TV. Now we're here.
Yeah, it's not just going to be. We've talked about this a million times, but it's not just going to be fishing people either.
Oh, we're gonna talk about trending stuff.
Yeah, I mean, submarines and all.
During football season, there's going to be
there's gonna be a lot of football talk.
There's gonna-
You're gonna now get. Yeah, we were a fishing radio show, but now you're going to get, just open categories, as I have to say that we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that's trending, stupid shit that people do on the water that pops up on Qualified Captain or getting your hand bit off by a bull shark.
You could have
we're gonna be all
a
across the board.
everything from businessmen to other TV personalities, whether that's fishing people or whether that's ball players or whether that's business guys or just the whole gamut.
Yeah, so that's what y'all got to look forward to. That we had to go over, setting way back how FlatsMafia started, but we will be kicking
Dude,
off.
we've been
this
around.
podcast.
We've been around a minute.
Yeah, bro. How many years? We were at. What year is it? 23.
You're gonna do math?
It's 20
We started in 09 legit.
Yeah. So we started in 09 legit. So it's 24 years.
I'm just gonna
14.
agree with you.
14.
24 years,
14
guys.
years.
Do that math in your
14?
heads.
Look, for some
14 years.
getter duns like us to be around for 14 years in the light is an accomplishment in itself.
And it's been fun.
Nothing. It's been fun, but none of it's been easy.
No, it hasn't.
So
It's still a grind and a grind and a grind.
I know there's a lot of people out there that these guys, I can do what they do. Like, go ahead, give it a whirl. A lot of people are still trying, and some of them are paying out of their own pocket to do it, and that's not what it's about. We do it to have fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully it pays for itself so we can entertain people.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're not, like we said before, we're not here to teach you how to tie a hook. You're not going to get that out of this show. Any aspect or form of it, you're not getting that. Maybe we might show it on TV because we might need a filler.
we need fillers.
Sometimes we need fillers. We're
heavy on the fillers.
You know.
yeah.
Bub,
fillers.
talk
and
about something
seagulls.
else here because we can't catch shit right now.
Yeah.
Just-
Hey,
just
Bubs,
tie a knot.
Hey, Bubs, so what are we doing now? Well, we're waiting here for the next 3 hours to see if one of these rods go off.
Well, I've seen shows where Bub has not come off the deck. He's just laid on the deck because he's been so drunk the night before. Doesn't even fish to help get anything on film. It's just that was the last one actually. We hadn't even aired that one yet.
Which one?
The one in Port
Pork
Canaveral.
Canaveral.
You laid on the back of the deck, and me and Troy are up there.
Bro,
That's all you hear is us casting lures.
bro, let me just
My
say
back sore as shit. Like
Yeah.
left side of my back when I'm throwing lures. Can't
Yeah.
stand it.
Well, if you take a look at my MRIs on my shoulders, you see why I stopped that. I couldn't hang with y'all boys. But hey, there's some other times that brought the gas, boy.
Yeah, I remember one episode. This
boy.
was Shallow Water Grouper, one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
jig- the-
Save the day there when it was
Yeah.
windy as shit. Remember?
Jighead with
Ripped
a
a
split
ni-
shot.
He wasn't even giving a
Jig
shit.
head
You
with
were
a split
snapper
shot.
fishing
Yep, but didn't I tell you
with a
I'm-
trout-eyed jig head
Yep.
that was made for like trout
Mhm.
and
But yeah.
redfish maybe, and you smoked what was
Hey,
that? 34 inches.
Yeah, well, I got
When
my
it's
ass
your
whooped
day, it's
earlier.
your day, man.
Hey, that's it.
that hook
You
was
know?
straightened the fuck
Yeah.
out too, dude.
Hey, you win something, you lose something.
Yeah.
You
But
won.
live
You
to
won
tell
that
the
day.
You got him though.
Yeah. You know, but everyone, that's the thing. We don't know who's going to shine. Think about the
don't
first
know.
time we went to Louisiana
We
and
don't
this guy
know.
catches the monster.
We don't know. We don't know what's
Remember the
going
monster?
on.
I'm ready
Oh.
to go back there.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
Look, when you're talking about doing some,
especially with the little rig I got. Ooh.
when you're talking about doing some TV shows, there's certain places that I don't want to keep going back to the same place, but
There's a
you
reason
got to
why
go to
we go
Louisiana every year.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
bro,
Key West
agreed.
is another one. You got to
Yeah.
go to Key West every year.
there.
Yep.
Agreed. I do want to go to Texas.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
The Texas, that's supposed to be
I
pretty
definitely
cool.
want to do the oil rigs. I've never done the oil rigs. I want to do that. You know, and maybe somehow, some way we can get that to where we do the stuff we did and we split the trip up where we, even if we time it, there's some people that I know that are down there like in June that can take us to the oil rigs. I know it's a long haul, but I mean, I'm tired.
You
of
talking
seeing-
about us going with them or us going on our own boats?
we can go on our own boats and follow them, or they might have an open day that they can just take us. Aaron Taylor's out there for like 17 days.
I saw those guys roll down the river. The guys who go out with the 40-foot Freemans and the
yeah.
yellowfins and all that. And dude, them dudes are hammered down from the time they leave the dock. You can't get one more ounce out of that damn throttle till the time they get where they're going, and they don't care who's in
And that
the,
bitch on autopilot. Too.
It- Hey,
Yeah.
if you 20 yards away and they got to go there, they're going there as fast as they can. They're not, ain't no slowing down for you or nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they were in and out of there a lot.
Well, that's some things we need to work on.
What else is our what are we going for next? I'll put you on the spot here.
As far as
Can I tell you what we should do? We should go to
this
Costa
is
Rica.
what we should do.
We should go to Costa Rica and film there.
All right, so you're talking about episode and
Oh yeah.
general.
Oh, you mean in general for Flats Mafia?
yeah? What's a goal? I mean, there's tons of episodes we need to do and
Yeah.
should do.
Well, I would say I know you talked about it for years and years and years, but we need to really finally set up our fishing tournament that I think we can do on maybe twice a year and get that going.
We got to
Obviously-
start once a year first.
Yeah, of course, but you start and you want to have a goal. And I think the next thing is also to make our Christmas party even bigger than it was last year, because
We're gonna keep the Christmas party going. That's not a.
But
Do we want to get back to Tightline Tuesday stuff? Doesn't got to be once a month. That's a lot of work.
I mean, I don't know. I like this stuff.
I like this stuff too, but at the same
I
time,
like this stuff, especially when we have guests, and maybe we can structure it around the guests that month.
Gonna happen.
This
is gonna happen. However, whatever we start, twice a month, once a month, however we start. Once this gets rolling, we start that's gonna happen no matter what.
What?
But like Tightline Tuesdays and stuff, like even just to do stuff at West Coast, like make West Coast the home base, and we get people out.
Bro,
Expose some
people want them still.
other captains. People want to come. It's another place where we can sell apparel, sell hats, sell stickers, and continue to expose West Coast. But you got a great place to do it at, and we just start.
Well, there's times where there are people who want to learn things about fishing, and that is where our platform excels in that because people go there to teach.
Yes.
We
I'm
get a
not-
speaker, and that's when they're actually teaching.
I'm not saying I'm against it. I think it was a good. I mean, obviously, we'd have anywhere realistically from 40 to 100 people there at those things.
The
depending on-
smallest time we'd ever
That was
have
the smallest.
40.
I was going to say more to like
70. I would say 70.
80.
because
80
I
to
remember
100.
quite a few times. There's and it depends on who we're dealing with, who the guide is or whatnot.
Sure.
But there wasn't it wasn't ever a bust,
No.
and all the companies recouped a lot of their expenditure with us via those Tightline Tuesday.
Yeah. I think that I like
Especially the
that.
bars.
Yeah.
Why you wouldn't want to? Why you wouldn't want to keep that going? when
I'm not going to bring up the same place again.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna-
going to do it again, but it's just a dumb move.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Like we would
it's-
bring 70 to 100 people there on a Tuesday.
If we're
on a
bringing
Tuesday.
100 these are people that follow us. They're not going there and drinking water.
Nah.
I
Not
promise
just
you.
chief. But
90% are going to have at least 2 or 3 drinks. 2 or 3 drinks times
Bro,
100.
Justin, 2 or 3 drinks. Just our crew alone that show up for it. There's 7 or 8 of us when we go to an event.
I'm going conservative here. Just
he's
just
talking
throwing it out.
just
inner
us.
circle,
Just the
inner
Flats
circle.
Mafia crew that shows up with just us 6.
That's probably 100 drinks.
Bro, we're there early and we shut it down.
Three
Yeah, we're
300
talking
times
beers.
5. So
we're talking
so-
beers. We're talking beers.
Oh, we kill it. They make their
We're
money back
talking
on us
shots.
half the time.
We're
yeah,
talking
no, look,
Tito's.
I get it. What I'm saying is you got a Tuesday night that you're not doing shit. You're not doing any numbers on a Tuesday night. Unless you're a taco joint, you're not doing any real numbers on a Tuesday
And we
night.
brought food.
We're talking nachos.
Between the food and the bar sales, those are $3, $4, $5, $8, $10,000
Look, they
nights.
fucked up. They're still fucking up. They fucked up. They're idiots.
That's what I'm trying to
It's
tell
not
people.
my fault. The guy looks like Gumby over there.
When
Get a spine, bro.
when people want to do this stuff, they don't think about this kind of like this is the grind part we talk about.
I think about
Like,
if you
and
told
we get
me
frustrated about it because they're
Yeah,
idiots.
if you're like Justin, I need $5,000 from you this year, and I own a restaurant per se. That's a bar, whatever. And but I want to do a Tightline Tuesdays, Tuesday nights. I'm gonna bring 50 to 120 people there consistently, and you're gonna get this amount of Tightline Tuesdays. So I'm in my head thinking, okay, 100 people show up. That's $5,000 if
Bub's gonna do math again.
if they have the minimum.
talking beers.
If they have the minimum, and I'm catering to that 100 and something people that showed up on a Tuesday night, I know I'm making my money back in one night.
On top of the people that didn't even know it was happening, and we're like, damn, this shit's cool. Let's stay here longer. Let's order
Happened all the time.
more
What
beers.
about the people that we bring that have never been to that particular place? That now you know
What is
now
that
you have a
this
residual
place is
income?
awesome. Let's
You
go
have a
again.
customer for life. How do you put a price on that?
We do
Yeah.
2 of them a year there.
Yeah.
So like this was the part where we're chasing money for radio, and it just drove me up a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was just
that
stupid.
shit's
And
for
I'm
the
like, I
bird.
can't-
Right
take it.
down the street, bro. Right down the street.
It's
Couldn't take it.
ridiculous. But hey, what do
They
we
didn't.
know?
Obviously, they didn't need it. So
No.
that's where maybe my
Nobody
shortcoming
needs
was.
it.
They didn't need it.
Nobody needs it until they do.
Yeah.
And then guess what? The price doubles.
Well, and then that's the same place too. We've had a party there before. We've had multiple parties there,
Yeah.
and we wanted to have a Christmas party there, and now they won't even return a call.
I wanted to see.
The Christmas party isn't a Tightline Tuesday. That's not 70 to 100 people.
No.
No.
Now
that's-
we're up to 400 or 500 people
Yeah.
at minimum.
That is a money maker.
And we're
That
not
was during
landlocked.
COVID.
That is a money maker
Yeah.
for everybody who is involved. The charities, everybody but us.
Yeah.
The charities,
Really and truly.
which is fine. The charities
Another
and
beer.
and the
I need a
damn
beer, too.
bar that the bar's killing it that night, and that's fine because that's what we're doing it for. We're doing it for a place to cater to us, and where we did it last, I thought they were the most catering to us that I've ever been a part.
Finn's was awesome. You can say their
Finn's-
names. Finn's was awesome.
Was awesome.
Finn's Dockside.
Yeah, Finn's
Finn's was
like,
awesome, but our reach and our following and our strongest,
It's not going to be every year, right? But
no,
we'll go
we
back
definitely go back to Finn's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I thought they did a great job.
Harold was great. I mean, it was they.
So I just thought of a new goal right here on the spot.
okay, let's hear
So
it.
maybe we get a little bar spot. Start a Flats Mafia Bar and Grill. Let's get crazy.
You're
I like
listen. I'm gonna put my shades on for that because you
Put your shades on. Look,
I'm not. I mean, this is something I already know where this is going. And look,
we know a guy that runs bars and restaurants.
okay,
you know, just
well.
need a spot.
I'm,
There's a marina going up down the street. It ain't out of the question.
I
You got some money saved
Think you
up?
need to,
I
I
do.
think you need to talk to the other, the partner that's not here at the moment.
Look,
about that.
if you'd have told
It's just
me,
an idea.
if you'd have told me in 2009 we'd be where we're at now, I'd say you're out of your mind. There's no way. It was a pipe dream,
Well, just
but here we are.
as a pipe dream of a kid who watched a shitload of TV shows as far as fishing shows went. Nice. I like that. Is to say that you're going to be on
Talking
TV one day
beans.
and actually do it. What do you say?
We're talking beans.
We wanted to be on TV and we did it.
Yeah,
that
was cool. You set a goal, I mean,
We did it, and we're still doing it, and we just
The
need
goal
to do
isn't-
better.
The goal, contrary to some people's beliefs, is not always to become rich off of something. That doesn't always mean that you're successful.
And I'm not 100% serious about a bar and restaurant. I know jack about doing either one.
Yeah.
I know how to put some people in it for events. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. And every time we were in the Keys, every single year, we're like, bro, we need to open a bar down here called Scallywags.
Yeah.
And
That
then
blows
and
my
then
mind.
have
There's
a little.
not a bar down there named Scallywags.
Huh?
There's no bar down there named
I don't think so.
Scallywags?
No,
No.
Mm-mm.
there is.
And then the
one time.
basement part of it needs to be called Below the Deck.
below
the hard deck.
And
Hard
I gotta
deck.
just
Hard
say
deck.
this:
Hard deck.
if I have to say anything,
I gotta go
about
up Justin's
that,
Top Gun
That's
glasses.
deck. I'm
He's got
only
me
wearing
thinking.
these inside because it's bright as shit
Hey,
in here.
I'm only gonna say this one more time. But if we're gonna do the bar, that means we gotta be talking beers and talking nachos.
Food trucks.
Nah, that's cool. I mean, hey, that's the next
never
pipe
know.
dream,
I'm
bro.
just throwing
You
it
never
out
know.
there.
You never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Throwing it out there. Somebody might listen one day and go, you know what? I'll front it. I want these guys to be the main people that bring.
Just take a small royalty. I really don't want anything to do with that business. We'll take a little royalty.
Sure, we will.
I'm thinking about working behind the bar, work my way up to
World
the
needs
top.
plenty of bartenders.
Yeah, well, the bar better be at least 9 to 10 foot wide.
Taffert, hook it up. Hook it up.
I bartended one time before, and I went on a diet after.
Not a whole lot of clearance.
But I was still talking biz.
Anyway, that's just one other little goal. That would be a cool thing to have.
That's
I'm
cool.
not
It's
trying to
very
have
cool.
no big time restaurant, but just some little hole in the
Very
wall
cool.
bar would be cool.
Hey, yeah, and
You
you know, another little thing just to throw out there, we're just talking that, I really feel like we can put 500 to 600 people at Rick's on the River if we shut down the whole spot for the Christmas party.
That's something we're definitely going to talk about after this is done. It's not.
We won't have to get into that.
Yeah, they don't need
but
to
I
hear
think
all
I
that.
think this is a good enough
I have
time.
a hard time with Rick's, bro.
I think this is good enough time to say that I feel like we call everyone up on our story, what we've been doing, what we are doing, what we're trying to do.
They know who we are now.
They should at least know who we are. And if you don't, go on YouTube, FlatsMafia, at FlatsMafia, subscribe to the channel, check out the videos that we're talking about, stuff that before we even were on TV, there's some of the home, I would call them home videos we did. And, you can find us on Facebook at
Just look up Flats Mafia.
Just look up
Yeah.
Flats. Google it.
Google
Flats
it.
Mafia. I hope y'all enjoyed this first podcast. I had fun. I am sweating a little bit behind my neck, but I think it's from the biz.
Wow. All right.
All right, there he has it.
Hey,
There we
there it
go.
is, folks. We'll see y'all next time. 2 fingers. We're gone.